the minute we open up the borders, we know what's going to happen.
And the minute you open the borders, it's going to be hell to pay because Belize and tourism, 75% of tourism is from the United States.
Right,
coming into
and
Belize.
we're a disaster.
And we are a complete disaster at this point. So once the border is open, and even Mexico is a disaster. I showed you
That's right.
numbers in Mexico yesterday, and then the Mexican government is pretty much lying about everything.
Yeah, they're hiding.
Mexico City right now is a devastation. They have 10 times more deaths than what they're reporting right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
we're surrounded by countries that are very affected, devastated by the
Right.
COVID-19 to say the least. So with that being said,
Where do we cut?
you can't open your borders at this point.
We cannot.
You know what I mean? So
we can't generate.
you can't generate
revenue.
the type of income to
Right.
fill that void.
Because
That's
there's
how I'm
two
just-
ways to do it, right? You either generate more income
Or
or
cut.
you cut.
Well,
So-
the problem is even when they cut, they can't cut that much because you're talking about essentials at this point.
Right.
So you can't cut your doctors, you can't cut your teachers, your firemen, you can't cut your police officer,
your
your custom officers. This, you understand what I'm saying? These are essentials. And this is the problem that I've been trying to warn Belizeans about. When you base your country on tourism, and B, when your government is the number one job creators in your country. This will be a long, hard road, and I hope at the end of the day we can change some of these dynamics because it doesn't make any sense. But to go back to your original question, where do you cut? Again, I started off saying that there's a $500 shortfall.
Billion.
I'm sorry, $1 billion shortfall, and just you're talking about just paying his folks, just the public workers, it's about $45 million.
Okay.
I looked at what he was talking about yesterday. He came out to the nation and just talking about the shortfalls and that everyone needs to be to make cuts. The guys at the PUC were pushing back because they want to know, like, if like why these cuts are coming through. And looking at the numbers, man, I was flabbergasted, and to me it's a big con job.
Okay. Why?
And
How?
it's the biggest, to me, it's the biggest transfer of wealth from the have-nots to the have.
That's about to happen, you mean?
That is about to happen, yeah.
Okay. Explain.
For one, I mean, some of these ministers and CEOs and people of leadership, the idea that they think these people are important in itself is a joke. At this moment, none of us are important. We're all human beings. We're all equal at this point. So no one's job is more important than the next job. Would you agree with that? So would you say, answer this question, would you say a politician, a minister, job is more important than the nurse right now?
Hell no. I would say the nurse is more important. So I do think that there are some that's
Do you
more
think
important.
a politician, right? His job is more important than a teacher?
No.
Than a fireman?
A politician is not an essential at this point in time.
That's my point, right?
Right.
But they're the most paid, the highest paid.
So are they getting cut?
So the joke is, and this is the con job is they are making about 7 to 10 grand a month,
Okay.
right? They're only taking a 1 month's pay cut.
1 month.
1 month. But you're telling teachers and you're telling the public workers to, they're not going to get any increments up, and they need to take bigger cuts. Not to mention these guys have all type of splurges, like all kind of add-ons. They get free housing, free
They have an
free
entertainment budget.
entertainment budget. Like, this is a clown show, man.
All right. So what you're saying, he's expecting so much from the public,
From the
workers,
have-nots, the ones
The
who actually
have-nots.
do the work.
but very minimal.
Very minimal from the so-called elites or the so-called people who they think are important, who are not important.
No, we already saw who was important and who was
Exactly.
not. The world have seen it.
Exactly.
A politician is not in it.
Exactly. So you're talking about not cutting much at all, but then again, you're telling people also not to go to work. Now, this is the kicker. This is why I'm telling you where the transfer of wealth has happened. You telling the entire public to stay home, don't go to work. You only gave out about 40,000 people got about the little free $75 a week. 40,000 got it. Another 20 or 30,000 got the pantry program out of a country of 300,000. All right,
400,000 to be exact.
400,000. All right, so check this out now. But you're not expecting that from the people who are not essential to me at this
Right.
point.
And not only not essential, but who should be serving the people?
The people. So
This is ridiculous.
So my thing is this, right? Before you pull this con job on the people,
Come on, Mr. PM.
why don't you ask all your ministers and all these so-called important people you're trying not to cut like that? Put everybody, because if the PUC guys and the teachers and everybody gonna take that cut, well, check this out. And there's a $500 billion shortfall that you're saying you will not be able to meet. Check this out. Put everybody on that $150 every 2 weeks. That's $75 a week plan. Put yourself and all these ministers on that plan. Don't you think that's a more fair plan?
I absolutely think so.
If you're gonna ask teachers not to get paid for months because school was closed because this wasn't that wasn't their fault. They still got to get paid. So you're not gonna pay them.
Not only that, they were still working.
They are still working.
They're still working right now.
You know what I'm saying? So if you ask teachers to make that sacrifice and not get anything, or the fireman who's probably work at the airport and they you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Put everybody on the same level.
I agree.
Make that sacrifice. Pay everybody the $75 a week, including yourself and all these ministers and all this entertainment budget and these nonsense I'm hearing about that you're talking about. Scrap that. Not only scrap it for right now, I'm talking scrap it
Period.
for good. Because at this point, you don't have the money to pay that nonsense right now. And that's luxury. Luxury that Belize cannot afford. Don't you think?
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like a joke, and it's a sick joke. And like I said, it's a serious transfer of wealth. And what's going to happen is, this is what's going to happen. What I'm saying is a big transfer of wealth from the have-nots to the have. So once you have a certain population in your country only have the money to buy goods, land, and things to invest, they are the only ones that have the money to do it. They're the only ones that the bank's going to be comfortable enough to loan money to buy things, to invest, and do all that stuff. And the people who don't have anything will be in a rut for a very long time. And this is the part that people don't get. This is the psyche they don't understand. Once you let this go down, the people who are just the regular workers will be in a very poor position for the next 10 years. Because they're going to be forced to sell whatever goods they have, whatever land they own, whatever valuables
Just
they
to
got,
survive.
just to survive.
Yeah.
And guess who's the beneficiary of that? The ones who have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It will be a devastation to the economy. You know, I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, all the stuff that I'm thinking about in my head that I know will come out of this, because I've seen this playbook before too. And I'm trying to warn my people, and I'm standing for the workers, man. I'm for the workers. Don't let this go down like that. If they want to make cuts, I understand that there's a budget. I mean, there's a shortfall. I predicted this a long time ago. Great. But at the same time, man, let's keep things fair. You are telling me there's a $500 billion shortfall that you cannot, meet right now. And even with the cuts that the teachers are pushing back on, it won't fix the shortfall in the budget.
No. So you said ministers make about seven grand a month?
Between 7 and 10 grand with all the perks they're getting.
Right. And there's about, 30 of them?
It's about 30 of these guys, but they're also little CEOs and big, these guys are runs these public offices and so forth.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a joke, man. I'm like, this is the biggest transfer. It's a con job about to happen right now, man. And I'm telling you, what they're doing, they're making the people who don't have it even go deeper into poverty, man.
Right.
And the people don't really understand it. They just arguing what's going on the surface, but they don't understand that by doing that, anything that has value at this point, the people that have it are the only ones it will be accessible to the ones who have it,
Right.
which will put you at a very disadvantage and will force you to do things
Right.
that you don't want to do or
The
not
country
thinking
gotta
about doing
speak
at
up.
that point.
The country got to speak
But
up.
they don't know. You know what it is? The people in this position don't have a voice, because the thing is, what teachers will do in situations like this was to go out and protest and march and do all the shit.
Oh,
But
we can't
they
do
have
that
a,
right
but the
now.
problem they cannot do it right now because of the COVID-19
Yeah.
and because schools are out. So to the public, it's like why the teachers are doing that. But the public needs to understand because a lot of the people who are talking all this nonsense, they don't have a clue what's going on either because these are the people you depend on, man. Your teachers, you depend on your teachers. You need your doctors. You need your nurses. You need your firemen. You need your police officers, your custom officers. You might not think you need them, but they are, you know what I mean? They are essentials.
That's right.
The people pick up your garbage and all this stuff. You need all these people are essential people, valuable people. And you're telling me these people are the ones that needs to make that
The
type of
sacrifice.
sacrifice, man? Come on, man. If you're going to make sacrifice like the regular people have been making for the last 2 months, then everybody needs to make the sacrifice.
I am with you 100%.
You know what I'm saying?